No, I'm not starting a canning channel. This is my first sample of well water I took today, where you can see there's bentonite clay in it, or yeah, I mean grouting clay, whatever it was. The second sample I took drastically increased in clarity, and the third sample I just took is even better. I want to drink it even. So that's fantastic. All I did, and by the way, I just increased my flow rate from 8 gallons to 21 when the battery died during the test, which is fantastic. So water quality and flow rate have actually sort of come back where I thought I ruined it when I dumped bentonite clay down. So I'm pretty stoked right now. It just finished doing a pump test and I was like, wow, it's still going. So basically after I put citric acid and a gallon of vinegar, I only had part of it. Like I'd say this much of citric acid down here with a gallon of vinegar, and I just circulated the water up there, and it turned like this yellow color like you see in that jug when I was pumping it out. That must have opened up some of the pores on the end of the filter sock, which is made of the same mesh here, and where they were previously clogged up with, whether it was that stuff, that clay, or if it was proper grouting, this stuff, which I mixed too sloppy. But now I've come full circle. When I came out here today, I thought I was gonna have to re-engineer how I'm gonna drill this again. And now if I can get 20 gallons, that is sufficient for the practice well. Very pleased. And that's just by, I guess, developing it. I used a very large air pump, which is under a tarp. And I used its original trashy, I knew I was going to ruin it anyway pump here. A 12-volt submersible from Viver. It's about $100. Not recommend doing that. But, and this doing an airlift system where I was blowing that out there too. So combined, using this wheelbarrow air compressor from Facebook Marketplace and the bottom of the line 12-volt pumps, I was able to dig a 15-foot well with a 4-inch diameter, could have gone larger, that has a reservoir of 20 plus gallons after it's all said and done, with following a legal process, no real chemicals except for citric acid and Wyoben. That's right, it's certified. Haters. Wyoben bentonite clay as I went down through the sand. The sand had rocks, and these are literally the rocks of this size that I pulled out. So using this auger tool, which was a horrible choice, but what I had to do was painted. This is an ice auger. Spinning this ice auger tool and extending it as I went deeper, pulling it out of the clay, I was able to accomplish that with very minimal tools. I would like to go deeper, but I don't need to with this well. So this is going to be good for a garden, or just basically it's an experiment. It cost $250 from the state of Minnesota. I have to finish it now, seal it. But I'm tickled pink, as they say. Here's where I drilled it at. The nearest house is out there and over here. I ran a hose, all that stuff when I was working out here. But basically, the first 75% of this well had no water supply, and I never flushed it using anything hardly at all to the very end when I accidentally contaminated the gravel pack with cement. So that might be my final installment, at least in the drilling portion of my DIY well, which is legal in my state if you're the property owner, for $250, assuming it passes its test. Now I have to, I guess, finish filling it in and then sanitize it and send some samples out and give it a name. All right, very happy.